India, very, very tough. Very, very tough. The Prime Minister just left. He's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing.
Key takeaway points which are important. One, it's bad for all financial markets. It's bad for global GDP growth. It's less bad for India. It underlines the fact that India is not as exposed to global trade flows and US imports as much as, let's say, China, Japan, South Korea are. But if there's shrinkage of global demand, India also sells to other countries, and that will have an impact. Yeah, gold is a safe haven asset, the only safe haven assets which remain, which I think US dollar and treasury bills was seen and continue to be seen as a safe haven assets. But we also know that US is going through a huge fiscal deficit and indebtedness problem. If this results in GDP slowdown in the US, tax takes take a beating. It's unlikely that the fiscal path the US has set itself on, even before Trump came to the White House, is going to change meaningfully.
तो उनका अपना अलग ही एक उनका हिसाब किताब चल रहा है, लेकिन ठीक है, अल्टीमेटली जो वो बोलते आए थे कि हाँ मैं इस तरह से इम्पोज करूंगा, उन्होंने जो भी है उन्होंने टैरिफ लगाया और इंडिया को थोड़ा सा बख्शा, उन्होंने थोड़ा सा कम टैरिफ लगाया है, इसके लिए आपको खुशी मनानी चाहिए. और एवरी टाइम यू विल मेक मनी. वी हैड बीन मेकिंग मनी फॉर लास्ट 3-4 years. Now this is time to consolidate. And second, coming to the story, I feel that still like tourism is a big story which is going to play out for next 10 years. So and there are so many proxies to tourism. It could be hotels and could be airlines and could be so many other things also. So maybe index wise, I'm not very bullish. I don't see that index is going to we are going to see a new high in next 2 years. So I don't know about 3 years. So I am not in that camp. So I think index should consolidate here and individual stocks should do according to their merits.
Worse than worst case scenario. So it's rather than America first, it's America alone, and they are very irrational numbers that have been put out. 52% for India. And the footnote says currency manipulation, trade deficit. They have put out a formula also just now, which makes hardly any sense, very subjective. So I would say worse than the worst case scenario. And on top of that, the hedge fund manager, who now masquerades as their treasury secretary, is warning sovereign nations that don't retaliate. I don't want any retaliation. I think all nations should take a sovereign view on this. Trump's signature is not worth the paper on which he signed. So 2020, he did the new North American agreement and he came back and upended it totally. So even these, international relations cannot be such kind of, negotiation tools, is my feeling.